Welcome! Today we are mastering Salem Village Style Mutton Kathirikai Curry, an authentic, rich Saiva Kari. Let's cook! Many cooks roast fennel and cumin separately and throw in onions, garlic and pepper, which steams onions rather than caramelizing them. The secret? Dry roast dry spices first until highly aromatic. Then saute shallots in oil separately. This builds flavor. Grinding coconut completely dry without water leaves a gritty texture in your gravy, which won't integrate into the curry body. Instead, grind coconut with little water into a rich, semi-smooth paste to bind the spices and body. Adding raw tomatoes and brinjals together is a mistake. Tomato acid prevents the brinjals from softening. Tough. Cook tomatoes completely first until mushy and they release their oils. Only then add the vegetables to cook properly. Add salt early with tomatoes and turmeric to draw out moisture, helping brinjals sweat, and braise on low-medium flame for 10 minutes. First spice, 1.5 teaspoons of fennel seeds or sombu for that village aroma, sweet and anise-like. Next, 1 teaspoon of cumin seeds or jeeragam, providing an earthy, warm undertone that grounds the entire spice paste. We use 3 teaspoons of coriander seeds, which adds volume and thick body to our rich country-style curry gravy. For the heat, 7 to 8 red chilies, adjust to taste, but Salem style is traditionally fiery and bold. Don't skip. Half a teaspoon of black peppercorns is non-negotiable here. It gives that distinct mutton throat burn we want. 10 pods country garlic and 15 shallots. Sautéing these in oil before grinding is key to mimicking mutton fat sweetness. 3 tablespoons grated coconut and roasting oil. This coconut binds all the roasted spices, creating a velvet texture. Let's look at tempering. For tempering, cinnamon, star anise, 4 tablespoons oil, a broken red chili, and 5 pounded garlic pods with skin on. 500 grams of brinjals in water, handful of chopped shallots, country tomato, and curry leaves. All ingredients checked, let's roast. Heat your dry black cast iron kadai. Add coriander seeds first, roasting on low-medium heat for exactly 1 minute. Now add the fennel, cumin and pepper, dry roasting for another 2 minutes until golden brown and releasing wood aromatic oils. Transfer the spices immediately to a plate. Don't let them sit in the hot pan or they will burn and turn bitter. In the same warm kadai, add a teaspoon of oil, toss in red chilies, roasting for 30 seconds until puffed. Remove before they turn black. Add another teaspoon of oil to the kadai. Add 10 garlic pods and 15 whole shallots, sautéing on a medium flame to caramelize. Sauté for 3 to 4 minutes until shallots turn soft and translucent with golden brown caramelized edges. Let them cool. Transfer dry spices and chilies to the jar. Grind dry first without any liquid into a coarse, highly aromatic powder base. Add caramelized onions, garlic and water. Grind into a thick, smooth, deep reddish-orange masala paste. Set this spice paste aside. Grind coconut with 1.5 tablespoons water into a fine, smooth, velvety paste and set aside for the final simmer. Step 2. Heat 4 tablespoons of oil in our heavy clay Mansatti on medium flame to create a rich fat layer on top. Once the oil is hot, add cinnamon, star anise and cloves. Let them sizzle and swell for 15 seconds to infuse. Lightly pound the 5 garlic pods with skin, this releasing the aromatic oils from the skin, adding unmatched flavor depth to the tempering. Fry garlic and broken chili for 30 seconds until garlic skin turns a light golden color, releasing a sweet roasted garlic aroma. Step 3. Add the chopped shallots and half of our fresh curry leaves into the sizzling spice-infused oil base. Sauté on medium flame for 3 minutes, stirring constantly to ensure even cooking until they soften and turn translucent golden. Add chopped tomatoes, turmeric powder and salt. Salt early draws moisture, helping tomatoes and vegetables sweat and absorb flavors fully. Cook on medium-low flame for 4 minutes, mashing the tomatoes with your spatula until they completely dissolve into a mush. Look for the key visual cue. Is the mixture becomes jam-like and oil begins separating and pooling at the edges. Step 4. Pour in our fresh masala paste. It has a vibrant reddish-orange color, smells incredibly aromatic. Stir well. Cook this masala in the base for 2 minutes, this cooking off any raw aromatics and letting spices fuse with the caramelized onions. Drain our slit brinjals from the salted water. They are fresh, crisp and clean, ready to absorb the rich spicy masala. If using ridge gourd, drain them too. Thick rounds hold their shape well and soak up the gravy beautifully. Drop the vegetables directly into the pan, letting them sit in the hot masala, absorbing the spice flavors instantly. Toss gently for 2 minutes on high heat, ensuring every single crevice is coated in the thick, rich red masala paste. Pour in 1 cup of water. Use this to rinse the mixer jar first, capturing all the leftover masala. Stir gently. Stir gently from the bottom of the pot and bring the entire mixture to a steady rolling boil. Look at that color. Close with a tight-fitting clay lid. Lower the flame to medium-low and let it simmer undisturbed for 6 minutes. Open the lid. The brinjals have shrunk, their vibrant purple skin softening to a deep, dark olive brown. Looking perfect. Step 5. Pour in the smooth coconut paste. This binds the spices and adds a velvety, cohesive body to the gravy. Stir gently from the bottom of the pan to integrate the coconut thoroughly without breaking the delicate, softened brinjal pieces. Cover with the lid and simmer on the lowest setting for about 4 to 5 minutes. Patience is key. During these final minutes, the coconut starches and rich oils will emulsify, rising to the top, creating a glistening look. Open the lid. Look at that gorgeous finish. A glistening layer of red oil floating, just like a slow-cooked village mutton curry. The vegetables are completely tender, meltingly soft to the core, yet holding their shape perfectly. Culinary perfection. Turn off the stove. Immediately sprinkle fresh curry leaves, slightly torn, to release their fragrant essential oils. Now add a generous handful of finely chopped coriander leaves over the piping hot, bubbling gravy. Close the lid and let it rest for exactly 2 minutes before serving, trapping the fresh herb oils and settling flavors. Serve piping hot alongside steamed ponni rice, mixing the rich gravy into the rice along with some warm peppery rasam, or pair it with village-style chapatis or flaky hot layered parotas. Flaky hot parotas which soak up the rich spicy gravy perfectly. This Saiva Kari has the exact smoky caramelized depth of a village-style country mutton gravy with melt-in-the-mouth brinjals. Simply phenomenal. Follow these steps strictly to elevate your cooking.
Subscribe for more masterclasses.
See you next time.